G'day and good to see you. It's time right now for your daily date with great holidays as we cruise away once more with the biggest selection of incredible world adventures anywhere in Oz.
Yes, get ready to be treated in fine luxury and the best of service when you take a cruise. How long has it been since your last one? Well, it's time to get a bit of pampering, isn't it? That's why this show is all about 3 incredible voyages. Holland America Line cruises in Europe for next year.
Yes, we've got a very tempting Northern Lights grand voyage for the end of August and an incredible cityscape adventure collecting all the hotspots along the way in the Med. But let's begin today's story with Byzantine treasures and Venetian splendour. Now that sounds lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is a 20-night adventure to Europe starting on the 30th of April. And we're flying first from Sydney to ancient Athens for a 2-night hotel stay there. I long to see this city. I absolutely
Have you not
do.
been?
Never.
Oh, Derek, I tell you what, you will be blown away because it's obviously all of the things that we associate Athens with, such as the Acropolis. But at the same time, there's this wonderful excitement and hustle bustle about it that can't be explained. And then it's time to cruise the Eusterdam. And you can be on board for 11 nights, which is wonderful. And we are, just moving into springtime in the Med, which is like, it just feels like the air is full of possibility. It's fresh and vibrant at this time of year. And of course, you will get that iconic Mediterranean sunshine, hopefully, fingers crossed. But being on board the Eusterdam to experience it it's going to be such a nice, relaxing cruise, this one, I think. Obviously, there is going to be lots of sightseeing to experience, but you can take it at your own pace in the Med. The wonderful thing about Mediterranean itineraries too is that you have port to port to port to port. There's just so much that you can pack into one adventure, and all the while experiencing the Holland America Line difference, which is about taking it at your own pace, exceptional quality standards when it comes to service at every single step of the way, from your stateroom steward, with thoughtful touches and notes and towel animals and the chocolate, downturn at night as well and things, through to that the Holland America Line robe when you're sitting there watching a movie or maybe catching up on some of the lectures which they upload to the smart televisions. That you can watch in your stateroom too, whilst enjoying some room service. So that's a little option for you after a long, hard day of sightseeing. But of course,
that's included as well.
That's all included on Holland America Line. Yeah,
I'd be taking advantage of that left, right, and centre. 24
hours too. So they don't have a full menu 24 hours, but you can also order from the dining room menu during certain times, which is great. But also, when it comes to dining, you've got specialties. So you've got canaletto, which is your wonderful Italian. You have the Pinnacle Grill, which is the most sumptuous steaks, and these are all for an small additional fee. But everything included for you, like we said, the room service, the Lido Market, which has so many different cuisines packed in to one space. It is kind of crazy. Yeah, you've got everything up there. We're into CruiseAway first up in Turkey, which is a thriving and bustling port town where you can visit Ephesus, ancient Ephesus. But right there at the port, you've also got a wonderful market. It's kind of like a mini Grand Bazaar. So you can shop for everything from carpets to watches there. Talking of shopping, we're into Istanbul for an overnight next, and the Grand Bazaar is fascinating. You've got to head down there. But some of the hot spots include the Blue Mosque and the Hagia Sophia. I would do a best of Istanbul highlight, and at night, maybe go to a hammam. Then we're into Mykonos, which is a nice change of pace. It's quite relaxed, this island. You've got lots to explore, the iconic whitewashed walls of the church and windmill against the Adriatic, which is an iconic site. Then we're into Greece, Crete, in Greece, for the Palace of Knossos and the Agorafora Gorge as well. So natural beauty meets ancient history here in this Mediterranean Roman civilization. Next up, it's Catacolon. Talking about ancient history, this is the site of the very first Olympics, dating back thousands of years. You can head to Olympia and learn about that. There's also a great museum supporting it, the Archaeological Museum of Olympia, and I think, we'll be fascinated by that. And then we're into Albania and Saranda. This has really come up recently as a top destination in Europe to visit, and they have some of the best coastline in Europe in Albania. Who would have thought? You've also got ancient ruins there to visit in Butrint, so lots to see. And then Dubrovnik, a UNESCO World Heritage City. It's really beautiful when you're strolling around Dubrovnik, you know, marble floors and buildings, fascinating, and you will recognise as well from, you know, some filming sites from Game of Thrones if you're a fan. Then we're into Venice. And we're going to be disembarking, well, in Ravenna, the port for Venice, but then you will enjoy some days in Venice where you have 2 nights in a hotel, which is wonderful, with breakfast included. You can see all the iconic landmarks from the Grand Canal to Piazza San Marco. Then we're going to be taking a train to Milan, and we have 3 nights in Milan as well, where you can head to the Duomo or the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele, where you can see the 19th century architecture. There it is. That's lovely, actually. Lots of great little restaurants and coffee shops and things there too. Or Teatro alla Scala. You've got to go and see a show there if you can, because that's iconic. And then we're going to fly you back to Australia after this.
I mean, talk about the A to Z. I mean, it's just fantastic, isn't it? I love it. You've got some lovely scenic cruising there as well, in between Kusadasi and Istanbul, through the Dardanelles, which are, you know, stunning. Istanbul is such a highlight, I think, on this itinerary. So fascinating. But, you know, pick a port there that isn't a highlight. I mean, every single one of them are very, very special indeed. There is so much for you to enjoy. And I love, personally, I love these bigger and broader adventures because it's, I mean, you could fly over and do this in maybe 2 or 3 different cruise itineraries. We're doing it in one, especially in Europe. It's amazing, and it feels so free and inclusive in terms of your travel, which I like. So this includes your flights, the stays, the train journey, and of course your 11 nights of Holland America Line cruise as well. Oh my crikey, you need to see this. You definitely need to see this. Wow, happy days. I almost want to say Merry Christmas. That's so good. That is so good for what you are doing over those 20 nights in April. And again, here at CruiseAway, we've booked it all for you. You can just call us and then just go off and enjoy the holiday. So included is your flight first from Sydney over to Athens. You've got a 2-night hotel stay there, and your cruise from nearby Piraeus on board with Holland America Line to Turkey and the Greek Isles, including that overnight in Istanbul. The cruise ends when the cruise ends in Italy, we then transfer you by train to Venice to go and stay there in a hotel for 2 nights, and there's another wonderful train journey from Venice to Milan, and you stay in Milan for 3 nights in a hotel before the flight back to Sydney. All of the travel taken care of for you, and all for an amazing price tag as well. Call today, call today, call today. Here's everything that's included. This is ridiculous, I think, for what you've got wrapped up in that trip. Listen, I wouldn't know the first way of trying to string all of this together. Our team are just amazing at saying, okay, where are the places you'd like to go that you know you would not want to miss? I mean, Venice is like unlike anywhere else on earth, and Milan, as Joe quite rightly says, is a cultural capital, it's a fashion capital, it's an amazing city. I once remember being in the train station in Milan, which you will enjoy as well as part of this, because you'll take a train journey from Venice to Milan for your stay. And when you arrive in Milan train station, there is the most wonderful classical music playing inside the station. Yes,
there is.
And it is just beautiful. I mean, honestly, it is magical. Anyway, listen, be quick. 1300 408 764 to grab that deal right now. This is such a great show, honestly, and there's so much more. But it's time now to clock up some more hotspots in Europe on our Med Collector's Dream for the end of May for 21 nights. And this time we'll fly you from Sydney over to the capital of Portugal, Lisbon. Ooh. It's a stunning city, which is full of sights to see and adventures to have. So you'll be staying here for 2 nights in a hotel, and it is the most magical city, honestly. So much going on inside the city itself, so many sites very, very close to Lisbon as well. It's coastal. You will just absolutely love it. And after your couple of nights there, here comes your cruise, and we're back on board with Holland America Line on the Amsterdam for 18 nights. And I tell you, the one thing that really strikes me with Holland America Line is just from the second you step on board, you think, yeah, I'm going to love this. Even before you've seen your accommodation, before you've walked into a restaurant, You go in and the welcome, you know, sometimes there's just a lovely atmosphere, there's just a lovely tone. You talk about lighting being a little bit more kind of low key rather than in your face.
Yep.
And there's just a really lovely, gentle feel. And I can completely understand why a lot of people who cruise with Holland America Line just go back again and again and again. And they will go wherever the ship goes. Almost the destination is secondary because
so
people
true.
are going home.
Yeah, the Mariners, which is what they call the Mariners Society. And it's designed to be not imposing, and it's very relaxing being on board a Holland America Line ship. You find some newer, bigger ships that they are, all singing or dancing, lots of bright lights and things. That's not for everybody. For me, I like the fact that the beams are lower, that when you're walking around, the space just feels very invited and very relaxing. And so, but at the same time, you know, because the ships are smaller passenger count, you're not having to wait in lines for a long time to get things at the buffet. In fact, they serve you at the buffet too. They'll make you a fresh steak or a piece of salmon freshly cooked up there up in their marketplace. And there's so many different stations that you can enjoy, from fresh salads through to paninis, pizza through to Thai, Mexican. They have a wonderful Eggs Benedict station in the morning. That's my favorite thing, with like all different types. And then of course you have the pancakes, you have the fresh fruit, the granola, everything you could possibly imagine. And Holland America Line really moves to a very musical beat. So there's lots to enjoy around the ship when it comes to music. So we're into Cadiz first of all, which is in the south of Spain. It's Andalusia, and you have got the Alcazar of Seville to visit not too far away. But if you want to just enjoy Cadiz, they have the Torre Tavira with lovely panoramic views over Cadiz. Then it's Tangier in Morocco, which offers a mix of historical sites, vibrant culture and lovely scenery. And you can explore the Casbah and wander the Medina as well, which are iconic sites of Tangier. Don't forget to shop as well. Then it's Valencia. Valencia is just such a beautiful city. I lived here actually for a year. It's amazing to be, in Spain and not feel the hustle bustle you feel in the busier cities, but there's still so much to offer, from the arts and sciences building through to the old town. Then we have an overnight on board in Valletta in Malta. Now, you could even go to Gozo, neighbouring island, for the day or night whilst you're there. That is absolutely beautiful. You might want to enjoy the Blue Grotto by boat or learn about some history from the Second World War. Then we're into Salerno in Italy, which offers a blend of historical sites. And again, proximity to the coast there, you have that lovely rugged coastline that Italy is known for, but Pompeii is not too far away. So you definitely want to explore Pompeii if you haven't been there before. Then we have an overnight on board in the port for Rome, Civitavecchia, which gives an ultimate amount of time to see Rome. So, you can do an excursion. They might even have an excursion that does some of the nighttime in Rome as well, if you speak to the explorations team on board to book that. Then we're into Livorno in beautiful Italy. Now, Livorno puts you in prime proximity to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You've got to do the selfie there for sure. But my recommendation also is to head to Cinque Terre if you can. It is utterly unforgettable. So pretty. Portofino, another utterly unforgettable and pretty city in Italy. Even just walking around the town and taking pictures of that incredible coastline with the coloured houses and enjoying an espresso in the Italian way is a wonderful way to spend the day. Then it's Marseille, your port for some great French adventures in Provence, but also in the town area you have great shopping. Some things to pick up from here include the Sorbonne, the famous soap of Marseille. You've got to take some of that home for sure. And the wines. Then it's Gibraltar. Gibraltar is known for that famous rock, of course, the Rock of Gibraltar with the apes. But you can go on a dolphin safari. You can take the cable car. You can go to the St. Michael's Cave under the city, learn about that and the war history associated with it. Then we're into Barcelona. We're going to be disembarking and enjoying 2 nights in the Catalonian capital. A great time of year to be there. We're on the precipice of summer too. Known for its incredible architecture from Antonio Gaudi, but it offers so much. You might want to head to the Gothic Quarter El Born, where you can see the Gothic Cathedral and enjoy some of the wonderful tapas bars. Then you have the Barceloneta Beach to see, the Olympic Village, and so many other things. La Ramblas, of course, for the street performers is a must. You're going to love Barcelona so much. You might want to extend your stay actually to stay a little bit longer there, or go maybe to Europe, maybe somewhere else in Europe or the UK. You could head to from Barcelona very easily. It's less than 2 hours flight. So speak to our team about that.
Or I wonder what her next itinerary might be from Barcelona.
Oh, yes.
Or maybe there's another cruise that you could pick up in Barcelona at the end of that to go and see some different sites in Europe as well. It's exciting, isn't it? Something like this, it kind of sparks the imagination, doesn't it, and gets you thinking. And this is a really stunning mix of places to see and to visit. Remember here, we're in Portugal, we're in Spain, we're in France, we're in Morocco and Malta and Italy and so much more. It's just incredible. Let's start you with a price tag then. And honestly, this, I don't know how we've managed to do. Again, for all of that wonderful, charming service and all of those inclusions while you're on board with Holland America Line, I just think that this value here that we have is just crazy when you think of the length and the breadth of the travel that you are doing here. So that price, that's your flights from Sydney first to Lisbon in Portugal, and then you have a 2-night hotel stay there, which of course you could make longer if you wanted to, not a problem. And then it's on board Holland America Line Amsterdam for 18 nights of cruising the Med with just so many highlights. I just don't even know where to start. But you've got overnight stays in Malta, which is a beautiful little island in the Med. And you've got an overnight in Rome on the trip as well. For me, they're the two big highlights. The cruise ends in Barcelona. We've also included a 2-night hotel stay there as well. That's still in the price. And of course, your return flight from Barcelona back to Sydney. So that price tag honestly reflects so much inclusion. It is crazy. I would go for this as quickly as you possibly can. If you like the idea, grab it today. Honestly, all you need to do is call us toll free. You've got the number on the screen. Here's everything that's included. You lucky people. Honestly, it's so good. It really is. 1300 408 764. And again, I'm absolutely sure that we could back another cruise onto the back of that from Barcelona. There will be something else, something different. It might be another cruise line. It might be the same cruise line and a different itinerary. I wonder what the next itinerary is there. Listen, our team will tell you if you call 1300 408 764. You can make these trips, as long as you like. Maybe in Barcelona, you think, actually, I might fly over to London and go and visit some friends and relatives over in the UK. Pick up a cruise there to go in a different direction. In fact, that's what we're doing next on this show, funnily enough. It's like we planned it. One of Northern Europe's most popular cruising regions now is the magical fjordlands of Norway, and our next grand voyage covers that, and it takes you beyond to the North Cape and the Arctic Circle, as well as a journey to the Baltics and Scandinavia. It's too much. Wait until you see it though. It's 32 nights this time, and we're flying from Sydney first over to Amsterdam in Holland, the gorgeous Netherlands, flat as a pancake, and you will enjoy a 2-night hotel stay here in the land of the windmill and the city with the flower markets on the canals. Take a bicycle tour, go and see it by night, go to the Diamond Museum and so much more. And then you'll take the scenic train from Amsterdam to Rotterdam to board the Rotterdam, which is the name of the ship, for 28 nights. This is so well planned.
I love it when a plan comes together. Exactly. On that damn ship, as they like to say on Holland America Line. They love it. Well, you are going to have quite the adventure, and being there in the Mediterranean, or well, in the European August as well, in summertime is wonderful. It's a great time to be able to cruise and enjoy the best of the weather in this part of the world too. And Holland America Line will enable you to experience cruising in a not such a cruisy way, if that makes sense. Like, you feel like when you're on Holland America Line that it is immensely relaxing, that there are more sophisticated activities to take part in than your traditional cruise activities, but they're always on offer too. You've got bingo, you've got shuffleboard, mini golf, ping pong, all of those sorts of things too, your quizzes. But there's also, some thoughtful additions when it comes to enrichment, and Holland America Line have really thought about this to give their customers the most exceptional experience. And music too. They have music charters often on Holland America Line. So they really do bring on some of the best musicians at sea. So whether that is you're just sitting in a lounge and enjoying the quartet, or you're listening to a live pianist or a saxophonist at BB King's, if you're a music lover, this is the cruise that line that you want to be taking. So we're cruising out of Rotterdam, and first up we're into Malloy in Norway. Norway's fascinating. You can learn all about the Viking history, in fact, by heading to some of the museums there. Maybe head to the Raid Centre as well to learn, again about the ecology of this part of the world. And it's Trondheim. Trondheim's known for its gorgeously imposing cathedral right there, the Nidaros Cathedral, and the fortress too. So if you love to explore architecture, there's tons of interesting buildings in these ports. Next up, we are into Honningsvåg in the North Cape, so very far north here, and you can go to the ice bar. You've got to have a selfie taken in there just to say I'm doing an ice bar in Norway, or just get out there and explore the rugged, lush landscape, because it's very pretty in August. Then it's Tromsø, and again even further north here, you've got the Arctic Cathedral, the Polaria Aquarium. But you might want to go and see a mushing camp and learn all about these amazing little doggies if you're an animal lover. I think that would be a great thing to do. You can book the excursions, of course, with the team on board. We're in Harstad next, where you can head to the Trodnes Church, and I think a nice thing to do here would be to book an excursion with explorations to take you out to see the landscapes, but also to see the town. Then it's Leknes. I mean, just look at that beach. You don't think of Norway necessarily for the beaches, but they do have some stunning beaches, and this time of the year is a great way to see it, and very clear ocean too, less pollution in this part of the world, so it's great. Kristiansen's next. Where you can see the fortress and again learn about Viking history, which I think a lot of people when heading to this part of the world will want to do. You have guides, of course, that are so well versed in telling you the stories of old. Then it's Alesund. Now you can see those lovely coloured houses which they used to paint actually, so fishermen would know their homes when they came back before there were addresses. That's an interesting story behind that. Runda Island also is wonderful for the puffins. Then we're into Lerwick in Scotland, and of course we're up here in the wee islands here, where you can see the Ningan Isle. You can head to the Sandwich viewpoint there too, and again gorgeous beaches. We don't not think of the UK as having great beaches, but they do. Then it's Rotterdam. Back into Rotterdam, where we have a day to explore and enjoy. You might want to head to see the windmills there, the Kinderlet windmills, or Gouda. Of course, that's known for the cheese. We love a slice of Gouda, and you can do all the tastings. Then we have an overnight on board in the Norwegian capital of Oslo. Talking about Viking history, there's the ship museum there, and these ships were built thousands of years ago. It's hard to get your head around, but so fascinating to be in this part of the world and drink that in. Then Copenhagen awaits, a glorious port, of course, the capital of Denmark. You can go to the Tivoli Gardens. The Tivoli Gardens are utterly beguiling, but you might want to take a little selfie by the Little Mermaid statue, Hans Christian Andersen, of course. Then it's Kiel, and Kiel's known for the Kiel Canal, so you might even... No, we won't go through it. We're just slightly too large for that, but you can learn about it and maybe do a bike tour along Kiel Canal. And the Hamburg Rathaus, Hamburg's not too far away, can be visited as well. Then it's Warnemünde, and if you want to head into Berlin, this is going to be the perfect place to go to Berlin from. You can actually book an excursion with the team or take the train. The train is quite easy. These European cities are very well connected, so train transport is a great thing to do. Rønne in Denmark is next. Known for its defence museum, and you can go and enjoy the Birds of Prey show. That's an interesting one. It has great feedback from from customers and cruisers as well. And pick up some handicrafts while you're there, some local arts and handicrafts. And it's Gdańsk in Poland. I loved this city. Utterly fascinating, medieval. Historical buildings, shop for amber whilst you're here as well. Ask the team on board about recommendations for that, because it is the home of Baltic amber. Then it's Klaipėda in Lithuania. We don't see Lithuania on itineraries very often, and I love seeing it because it's actually a real underrated gem in Europe. It has a gorgeous coastline, that people are very friendly, and you can do some great shopping there. And then Riga is next up in Latvia. Again, another spectacular city. I mean, you would just be in awe of these buildings. They're dramatic, they're beautiful, they have incredible history behind them. Shopping here, again, if you want to shop for your jewellery, your amber, this is the place to do it. Our House Denmark is next, and this is where we can head to that fascinating Frakat Viking fortress, which you're saying. I mean, you look, the existence of this history from thousands of years ago, I think is going to be the reason why so many of us will be booking this itinerary. You know, coming from our part of the world, we don't have all of these ancient buildings and all of these sites to visit. And I just think having this opportunity on one itinerary is fantastic. So here's your overview from Amsterdam through to Lowick in Scotland, and then of course on to Rotterdam, through to, you know, we've got Denmark, we've got Germany, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and finishing up in the fantastic Rotterdam.
It's stunning, isn't it? It's almost like taking the atlas from school days and kind of going, I've been there and I've been there and I've been there and there and there and there and there and there and there. It's absolutely brilliant. Honestly, this is some trip and a half, isn't it? It's a lot to take in, actually. I know we run through it very, very quickly, but remember, this is over a month's worth of holiday that you will be enjoying at a nice, really lovely, relaxed pace. But what an amazing and fascinating journey. The fjords of Norway to the North Cape, to the land of the midnight sun, the British Isles and Northern Europe and Scandinavia. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin. I'm going to begin with the price tag because it is super good. Honestly, if you were trying to plan a trip that visited all the places that you do over this cruise, wow. How far down the list would you get? That list that we just saw, how far down the list of places would you get and you'd blown that budget straight away? That does the whole jolly lot and so much more as well. A deposit today will secure this for you. And if you've got any questions, please just call the team. This package includes your Sydney flights to and from Amsterdam. There's a 2-night hotel stay there before we transfer you from Amsterdam to Rotterdam to board the Rotterdam. That's the name of the ship. You'll never forget it. 28 nights of full board and great service on board, cruising to the magical ports in Norway on a full Northern Lights itinerary, and then a second cruise to Northern Europe with ports in Denmark and Poland and Latvia and Germany and more. It's just amazing. The cruise ends back in Rotterdam, where we'll then transfer you back to the airport at Schiphol in Amsterdam to fly home to Oz. It's brilliant. Grab it today. Here's everything that you need to know. It's a deposit today, remember, that's all. It's incredible. 1300 408 764. I mean, what I would say to you right now, if there's two of you watching this right now, I would suggest you have a little look at each other and say, well, there's a lot of places there we haven't done before. How about it? How about it? And how about not having to do any of the arranging, any of the confirmations and bookings and trudge? It's all covered. It's all sorted. Getting you there, getting you through the transfers, everything's included. It's so, so good. It really is. So literally call us right now, 1300 408 764. Again, if you wanted to enhance that trip, you know, maybe you're not ready at the end to fly back from the Netherlands. Maybe again that might be a trip over to the UK. Maybe on this one it might be a trip over to Barcelona. I mean, listen, you've got lots and lots of Paris or somewhere like that. You've got lots and lots of opportunities in this part of the world. So if you want to extend that, do it as part of your booking with us. We'll take care of all the, you know, the flight bookings, the hotel bookings, the transfers, all of that kind of stuff we will do for you. 1300 408 764. Do you know the greatest thing as well? We don't ask for a booking fee for doing all of that. We just managed to do it in the most incredible way and get you the best value. Yeah,
it's incredible, really, isn't it? And the food for thought in this show it's there, isn't it? I mean, you just got to make that decision. Are you going to be going here? Are you going to be going there? Or maybe there's going to be a couple that you're going to be booking, because once you get on our website and you see what we got on offer, I tell you what, there's no looking back.
Absolutely. See you back here soon.